in many ways, a political campaign, a legislative session, a issue-oriented campaign, let's say about immigration or abortion or auto insurance, whatever, is in can be viewed as madness on steroids. That is, that there is so much going on so quickly that you don't know really what is going to come at you. And if you don't know that, then you don't know what you're going to do to react or to be more offensive. So, what I've done is I've created a tool, a tool where that analyzes complex legislation in court cases, that acquires and creates real-time talking points for any political position or a perspective, that can create content such as a 30-second video script that you can promote on social media and other campaigns, other locations, that can create professional content at the speed of breaking news, because when news breaks that's adverse or that's positive, you need to get your message out there. And the problem is that I've been looking at campaigns, and from a political standpoint and also from a media standpoint. And I mean, when you think about the countless hours being spent for complex bills and legal cases, trying to scramble when the news breaks, making sure the message is out there to ensure that your talking points are consistent. You want to make sure that you can seize the opportunity for rapid response. You want to make sure that your content can be done despite the bottlenecks and can be disseminated quickly, professionally, and effectively. So what I've done is I've created the system that I always felt has been needed, whether it's about local government, whether it's about a local issue. It could be a PTA issue. It could be a national issue. Whatever it may be, the structure is the same. And it allows for much higher powered policy analysis and content generation. And it's really a tremendous tool for campaigns, media, advocacy groups. And so what I did was I created this tool. But in order to show how to use the tool, I decided to create a prototype. And a prototype is based upon the issue of the border and the detention at the as a result of immigration. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you exactly what I'm referring to. So this is the engine that can really kickstart or maintain the information flow during a campaign. And a campaign could be, like I said, not just an election campaign, not just a legislative one, but one that deals with advocacy, whatever the situation might be. And the key is being able to do this for just about any one of those type of scenarios, but making sure that the information that you get is from publicly available sources, such as media, such as court systems, such as uh, Congress or state legislature. So this is what is the bill tracker and explainer. Now, again, this is just a prototype. In order to show how this works, I needed to create an example. I wanted to create one that was understandable, that most people could understand the issue, that they have some emotional investment, that it the information that's presented makes sense. in terms of the importance. So again, this could be about curing cancer, whatever it may be. So the way this is set up and the way it's set up can be modified depending upon the circumstance. But here's the overview. First is the overview. Here you have the major legislation, the funding comparison, with the House bill versus Senate bill, uh, costs for maintaining um, a protective area and active court cases. Key statistics, such as 93% decrease in May 2025 encounters. So that's just, and this could be structured any way that you want in terms of being fed information. But let's move on and to just say, I'm going to just touch on download bill summary PDF. So let's say this legislation and you want to get that information that's relevant. So you click on this and you get the bill information, such as, okay, what the individual bills, border security, court cases, so on. So that just gives you a short and skinny in terms of what is current. Um, and you can actually get a timeline, click and get a timeline. For example, the reconciliation bill. Um, just focus on that legislation that's pending or in the committees or reconciliation. So again, all of this information, these tabs, can be changed depending upon what the need is. Next would be key players. For example, Trump, Jim Banks, Chip Roy, Crenshaw, and so on. And so it gives you an idea as who they are and what their main arguments are. So at least you have a basis to go by. And you can populate this information with more links, whatever it is that you want. Next are court cases. Asylum access blocking cases. Okay, what the legal question is, who the parties are, the potential impact, the key issues. And again, you can scroll for active Supreme Court recent. Next is the real impact, and this is like, every election, every campaign has a human element, a real world impact, and so you know created that so that economic impact is click on get economic impact, the type costs, federal costs, state and local government fiscal efforts. What it's going to cost in order to deal with the large population of immigrants who might be waiting to being deported. You could, in terms of real world impact, get information about family or policy. So again, um, you can imagine what this tool can do, and it's something that we can create for any type of situation as long as there is information available. And this can be updated in real time so that if there's a case, if there's say, any kind of legislation, um, or say there's a press statement made by one of the key players, something of that nature. Okay, that information is immediately accessible and is put on the system here. So in essence, you can again download the bills, download talking points, download video and audio scripts. So in case you want to create a really short but Facebook ad, but effective one. So it gives you the bills and the timeline, the key players, the court cases, real impact, and what I really like is this content generator. So I'm playing around with this, and let's just say that the issue I want to talk about would be state versus federal authority. And I want to have just summary brief, 3 to 5 sentences, just to kind of get me acquainted with the ideas and decide what issue neutral and balanced. Hit the generate content, and based upon the issue that's presented. And again, this information is fed, it's changed, it evolves. But so you would get, the information here that you can download, copy, and again, this is just content that you really cannot has not been aggregated and can be done in a very effective way. So who can use it? Well, certainly a campaign could use it just for themselves. A campaign could use it depending upon its size among certain people, or it could be disseminated by candidates or by certain, say, individuals, and who you agree with or they agree with you. The media can take advantage of all these tools to be able to tell the story accurately. So this again this is a prototype. It depends upon what it is, input to and what type of output. And speaking of output, let me just say this: that this can be set up so that once let's say a report is generated, it could be automatically sent out, say, to your video equipment, your video content. It triggers an AI avatar, who can then play a role. I mean, think how powerful that is. And then that video, let's say, is automatically sent to a certain group or certain sets of groups. So it depends upon what it is that you want in terms of output. In close, all I can say is this: that this is just the beginning. Uh, this is not the be all end all, but it's far better than anything that I've seen so far. And it's revolutionary because it doesn't just deal with politicians. It deals with the issues and who's involved, who's playing, so that the person acquiring this information can be much better informed than the opposition or competition.